David Dastmalchian, thank you so much for making the time to talk with me today about your role in Late Night with the Devil. I got your name right?
You nailed it. You did perfect. Amazing.
Perfect. Well, this is a quick interview, so I want to jump right into it. In my research to talk with you, I've heard you speak in previous interviews about how scary it is to take on a role like you do here in Late Night with the Devil, where it might seem perhaps outside of your wheelhouse.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, in the aftermath of taking this role and in that discovery process of yourself, what did you gain from this role that has had long-lasting effects on how you think of yourself as an actor?
The most important thing I've taken away from the experience was the confirmation and affirmation that the things that scare me the most as an actor, the things that I feel are the most impossible, are the challenges that I need to do my best to walk through the fire of the fear to get to the other side. I definitely didn't think I had the capacity within me to do a good job manifesting Jack Delroy. And the fact that the directors who really impressed me and gained my confidence with their script and their tone and their understanding of the genre wanted me for the role and believed in me for the role meant that I had to put my trust in them and say, okay, these guys believe I can do this. Somewhere down inside of me is the capacity and the ability to learn new skills and tools to try and do this. So I went forward and I want to keep doing that for the rest of my career. I honestly, to be totally straight with you, Thomas, like I want to do it in every aspect of my life. There's so many things about this world and this life that scare the pants off of me. And often when I'm willing to walk through my fear of those things, the rewards are just incredible. And that's the kind of life I want to be living, the kind of art I want to be making.
No, that sounds great. It's very inspiring. Which is interesting because a role like this, being something scary for you to take on. I mean, you've been in some really big films, from Nolan movies, to the Suicide Squad. It makes me wonder though, because it's a massive span that you have as an actor, being in these ensemble films, but also being able to lead this kind of independent film. Can you talk to me about how you approach being an actor that can do kind of both, be in an ensemble and find your place in an ensemble, but then also be able to lead an independent film like this?
The biggest difference to me when I try and break it down in the most simplest terms is that when I am a supporting cast member in an ensemble, I always feel like my job is to go in and figure out how I can best be a slingshot or a speed bump to the protagonist in a way that can like move their story forward or jolt them in a way. And I love the idea of always figuring out because I understand and know that the story is about the protagonist, right? And so for my role, playing it as if it's my own story, as if it's my own movie, with that kind of determination and finding the way that I collide with that protagonist like a pinball is so important. Now, when I am the protagonist, like I am in Late Night with the Devil, the difference is to me being open and vulnerable to allowing all the other artists who are pinging into me and banging into me and slamming into me or, pushing me from behind or trying to stop me, pulling me forward, being open to that and figuring out how to respond and relate to all the other, you know, characters surrounding my character. So that was really informative the few times that I have been the protagonist in a film, movies like, Animals or All Creatures Here Below or Teacher or Late Night with the Devil.
That's great to hear. It does also make me wonder, kind of when it comes to you and your acting. This is a role that you just didn't know, if it was right for you, but you pulled it off. And by the way, great performance. I honestly would watch that show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So maybe you have a career in late nights TV hosting, but I do wonder if there is a role that you would like to play but haven't had the opportunity to play yet.
Oh, sure. I would love the opportunity to play a Bond villain. That's one of my dream roles. I also would love to play somebody who's either in Legion with, or maybe the villain in a Muppet movie. I've always loved the Muppets. They've always been very dear to my heart. So I'd love to be able to play with the Muppets. I think the challenge of getting to act with the master puppeteers at the Henson Company would be a dream come true.
Very cool. All right, I've got one more question, and then
Yes.
we'll wrap up. But I have to address kind of the topic this week, which is AI. And AI is a big emerging topic in entertainment.
Yeah.
And for this particular film, AI came up as a debate with some images that were generated. But what I'm interested in your perspective on is the conversation of AI, because as an actor, actors also are having this kind of tussle with AI in the industry. So my question is, how, in your opinion, as an actor, how do you think we should approach the conversation of AI with visual art compared to how we're handling the conversation of AI with acting?
Oh God, we've learned and thought about so much in the 2.5 years since we made this movie. Um, so I don't know if there's a difference in the way we approach those conversations. I think in the 2.5 years since we went to make Late Night with the Devil, the reality and the conversation and the confrontation of AI is it's grown light years for me personally. I'm sure it has for all of us. I probably can't say it any better than the Cairnes brothers did in the statement that they released, which was really well stated as an actor, as anybody that's working in the arts. I guess I guess my thought is like I think we should all take a minute and listen to like the deepest, quietest parts of our heart, and if it's nudging us to, um to do something, we should listen to it. So I feel very strongly that yeah, it's changed the way we're all looking at the future, and it's absolutely so terrifying.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I'm sure
terrifying.
it's
And
a
you know what? It's a really important conversation, and I'm really glad we're having it. I'm so happy that so many people are talking about this, because it's something that we all need to be talking about. And from whatever side people are taking it, I'm glad that we're having the conversation.
I would agree. Debate is a good thing to have here. We can all hear each other's opinions and move forward with that. But I don't think that it should inhibit anyone from seeing Late Night with the Devil. It's a really entertaining film, and you do a great job in it, David. So thank you again for
Thank
that
you.
performance and for this conversation.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
Of
Thomas.
course. Hope to see you again soon.